Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, you guys always see me bring out the big book. That book is Paper Money of the United States. That's the book that I tend to use for just about all of my stuff. But it's not the only book. There are other books out there. I've got my national book. I've got my book for obsolete paper. I've got a small size currency book. It's important to have the right book for the right subject. Um, if you're going to go in depth in a particular direction, it makes all the sense in the world. Even if the book is, a little bit out of date, that's fine because it still gives you the basic idea of what's worth more, what's harder to find than another thing. You get a lot more idea as far as what is common. Okay, just by flipping through whatever book. I'm going to show you the obsolete currency book in a second. But just by seeing what a common note sells for versus a rare note, you're going to see a huge difference in price. That should give you an idea when you're shopping around for different things of how hard it is going to be to find something versus how easy it is. And it also gives a better idea on what you should be paying. Now, if you don't have a book on obsolete currency and you tried to buy obsolete currency, you're just guessing. Luckily, a lot of dealers are also just guessing because some of the books can be rather hard to find. I know that my obsolete book, I keep talking about it. I should pop this in the screen here. There we go. Obsolete Paper Money Guide with Prices by Don Kelly. This book here is out of print. It's an incredible book. Tons and tons and tons of different notes in here as well as prices and stuff. But if you can find it, it's going to run you about $70. Now, $70 may sound like a lot, but keep in mind, you could be buying individual notes that are $100, $200, $500. Okay, so to spend $70 one time to be able to have all that information on a note for note basis, it's pretty cheap. All right. So, what do I have this week? Well, let's take a peek. I've got a note that somebody wrote on and colored in. I can't make it out. I have no idea what it says in there. Don't care, but whenever I see bright pink marker or some kind of marker or writing on there, somebody took the time to do that, so I'm showing it. This was an interesting ladder. 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. All the numbers are in order. So that's kind of cool to see. You don't find ladders very often like that. This is a high number. Look at the serial number, 9599. Now, they only go up to 960000. So a high number, this being 9599, that's the equivalent of a low number that starts off 0000. Okay, there was only, what is that, 9,859 other notes that were done in this particular series. So yeah, that's a relatively high numbered note. All right, got a birthday note, 1993. This would be February 17th. And some trinaries. This is really crisp. 3s, 4s, and 6s. Also crisp on this 3s, 4s, and 6s from the same bundle, and this one also 3s, 4s, and 6s as well. This one is 0s, 2s, and 3s. It's got a little bit of pink marker on here. I know people are going to scream up and down, oh, that's an error. Oh, no, they don't use pink on bills when they print. Not an error. 1s, 2s, and 6s on this one. 4s, 7s, and 9s. And this one's 1, 2s, and 6s. 0s, 1s, and 8s. So close to a lot of different things there, but nope, just a trinary. What do we got here? I was going to say 1s, 3s, 7s, 8s, and 9s, but no, this is quads. It's got quad 3s on it right there. Here's another quad 3s, quad 6s, and some stars. Checking to see if they're filled in. Nope. A 2017 star. 2013B, and this is one of the double printed notes. They made 9.6 million of the double printed notes. That's a whole nother video in and of itself. But remember that if this was all nines, that would be 99 million, basically 100 million. So you're looking for a note that starts off 096 or less. Actually, technically 095 or less. This is 011. That's definitely less, so that's one of the double printed notes. Here's another one, 06. So that's out of 6 million. And another 2013, but this one is from Virginia. Then some older notes, 2003A, 2003, 2001, that one's in pretty good condition. 1999, that's about 75 cents. It's missing that half of it. And the oldest note I found this week, this is from 1995. All right, so that's what I found this week. What did I pull out? Well, I just recently bought this, and I was fascinated by this whole series, so I had to scoop this one up. What is it? Check it out. The State Bank of Michigan, Detroit State Bank of Michigan, $1 on demand. This is from the State Bank with, I've got the $2 that I showed last time. This is the $1 from the same series. This particular one features, I don't think those are deer. I think those are like elk or something. I mean, just based on the horns, I don't think those are deer. But it's still really cool. That's a really, really neat image right there. All right, so this particular note is really fascinating. There's nothing on the back. It does look like it was taped up to something at one point. It looks like there's a lighter tape mark here and a light tape mark here, but the rest of it is in pretty good shape. They've got this one doubled up, so it looks kind of funny. Let's put this here. All right. So looking at this note, if we try to read it, let me see if I can get in here real tight. Let's see. It is the State Bank of Michigan Lyman's Protection I don't know. I can't even see that. Let's see. Banknote on the right and measuring, and then it says $1. $1 is 1/3 the length of the paper. And this, okay, I have figured out how to decipher this because this entire writing section here is the exact same as is written over here on this note. And what this regards is one of these is the note and the other part is the receipt. And it says the note on the right here. So on the $1 note, the note is on the right, and you would cut it right here. And this would be worth $1, right? Yeah, $1, 1/3 the length. So that's there. So this would be worth $1. On this, if we look at the $2, it says 1/2. And then there's actually the italics here, length of the paper. So instead of writing length of the paper on each one of these, they just put these little dash marks here. So this one, if you cut it in half, you have a $2 bill. That implies that there is a $3 bill and a $5 bill. I don't have the $3 or the $5, but it does say that on this one as well. $3 bill is 2/3 and the $5 bill is 3/4. So what you're looking at here is actually the note and the receipt. And it makes it sound like this is the note and this is the receipt because it says on the right. This is definitely on the right. But to me, it looks like this is the part on the left that would actually have been passed around. It's a very unusual note. That is definitely for sure. Now, this is a remainder note. This was never actually circulated, and I'm not even sure these were circulated, but they were designed, and you can find sheets of these as well. There's one on eBay for like $1,700 or so. I did see one at the show that I was at recently. They wanted $1,000 for it graded. But let's take a look at the book and see what the book has to say. Once again, by having the right book, I get the right information. So we will take a look right here. State Bank of Michigan. You can see there is the 1 and there is the 2. They don't give a whole lot of information on here, but they do show the pictures. I wonder if we can get the, yeah, there's the, up top, there's the 3 and the 5 as well. So they do exist. But right now we're focused on the 1. You can see in very fine, it says 125. In new condition, it says 200. And we're talking very fine for the $2 bill at 125. The new is at 200. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is this book, I want to say, was published, let's see, where do we got it here? Copyright, Don Kelly 2018. So this was put out more than 5 years ago now. So the prices on this have changed quite a bit. All the prices that are in here were before the big boom. And I don't have to tell you how exciting these particular notes are. All right, what else do we got here? Yep, that covers that there. So yeah, this is that $1 Obsolete from the State Bank of Michigan, the Detroit version. I did have the 2. After getting the 2 with that on, with that scene on there, I most certainly had to get the 1. If I can find the 3 and the 5, I'll probably be picking those up pretty soon as well. If you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.